Hello, hello. Hello. Hi. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome to the stream. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome, welcome. So, you might notice that my model is a little bit more fluid in movement in general, just a tiny bit. I saw this post on Twitter about how the NVIDIA graphic card handles the VTube Studio. And I basically figured out how to get about, let's say, 30% better performance by adjusting some parameters. Yeah. I think it looks quite nice. Basically, what I did was turn off some stuff that didn't really contribute to the quality of the model, but it was still eating resources.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yeah. Hello, welcome. Hello, hello. Welcome. Yeah, I was saying how my model is slightly better looking today. Yeah. Yes, I encountered a way to improve performance quite a bit, about 30%, which I believe is quite significant in computering terms. Ilfira has gone game. Yeah. There is also something I wanted to show off. I didn't record this because I basically spent it yesterday and most of today doing some research. And somehow I managed to produce something that is actually quite good without really expecting it. Yeah. So let me show you how. What I did real quick.
Hello. Yo, yo, yo.
Let's see. Let me fix the filters real quick. And I need to restart my script because I had yet to fix the damn thing. There you go. So you might notice I have this weird stuff all over the place. And this over here. Right here. All this stuff. Right? I have done basically this. Let me show you. So I was fooling around with shaders. Look at this. I basically implemented Day&Night Cycle into the game. And you can see basically the time of day over here in the corner. Basically it's 5 a.m. The second value is not in minutes, it's on fractions of an hour. So 100 is 1 hour, right? You can see how basically the sun is rising. You can see the light I put here slowly fade as there is more light, ambient light in general, to the point where you can barely see it anymore. And then we get to 10. This is still a bit too dark for my liking, so I want to make it a bit more bright. It still looks kinda cloudy. Then we had midday. And then we start going back towards the night. Yeah, but I kind of want to implement actual clouds, so I cannot say this is cloudy. So we are at 4 p.m. You can see how this probably shouldn't be that dark. Maybe it should be a bit brighter. Yeah. The sunset is a tiny bit too early. I'm still working on the different times of the day. This is 8 p.m. You can see the light right there, already back. We are 10 p.m. 11 p.m. Midnight. And then we start all over again. Right? I think that looks pretty nice. You can actually see the color of the player is different from the darkness to the light. It won't be on one-to-one scale with real time. I don't think that would... well, I will love it if it was one-to-one. It won't be. Yeah. I still need to adjust some stuff, but it's getting there. Right? For example, here I have the different times of day. I have the red, green, and blue values. Contrast, saturation, brightness. These are for highlights and the highlight threshold. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really interesting idea. The issue is that when we put it in terms of the players, there is a chance that people who, for example, work in the mornings will never be able to play on the daytime. And if I lock some events behind the clock, that only happen, for example, from this time to this time, that means those people will never see that event, right? That's the issue there. Yeah. I could add a real-time option. Yeah, I could make it optional eventually. Yes. So, just to explain a little bit what's happening here. Basically, I have my array of colors of what I want to have happen on each time of the day, right? So I have a time that goes from 0 to 1. Basically, it represents the time of day from midnight, that would be 00, to 23:59, right? So this is 100, this is 0%, right? Then I created a shader. What I do then is basically block the application from using the drawing function of the surface, and then what I do is grab the variable color and constraint size duration from within my shader so I can edit them. I have a variable where I mix the colors, that is these colors, with whatever colors come from the game. That way the changes in color apply to every screen, not just the one I'm working on. I also have a mix for saturation, brightness, and contrast, right? Then I have here is basically my array of colors. Basically it's this. And this function right here, the only thing it does is grab this and add them to this variable right here. Then I have a previous time and the next time. That is, for example, if I'm currently at 1 a.m., it would be in between this and this. And what I do is grab this value and the next one, and basically I make a transition between this to this to create 1 a.m., right? That's what these two are for, to know which one is the closest path one, and what is the closest next one, right? This is just to handle the lights, that is, for example, torches, lamps, and whatever other sources of light are there in the map. This is also for the lights. This is the texture of the lights, and this is the surface. I will explain those in a moment, right? And then here is just the amount of different times of day that I have, just the total, right? Okay, so what happens here is basically on Draw UI, what I do is grab the lights of the level. First, I verify if I already have the lights or not. If I don't have it, I just create a surface to basically paint on of the same size of my application as the screen of the game. And then I create a texture that is going to be the one where I draw, basically my blank painting area. Then I set my target to that so I can draw on it. Immediately I paint everything black, right? And then I change the GPU's blend mode to add. Basically, this allows me to, whatever I draw into the texture is going to be like removing stuff from the darkness, right? To make it more clear. That's how we simulate the lights at night. And this is just for optimization. Then what I do is, using the time, I determine the strength of the light. So basically 0.5 is midday, 12 p.m. To that I remove the current time to get how close we are to midday. And then I divide it over 0.5. So I can have the simulation to going from basically full strength of the light to 0 and then back to full as the time changes, right? Then I just grab the positioned camera. Then I grab every source of light in the map and draw the light on the target surface that it starts as pure darkness. I draw the lights depending on the alpha of the strength of the light right here. Basically, I leave everything as it is. I just put the light where it should be in the position of the screen, and I draw it more faintly or more strongly depending on the time of the day, right? Then I need to clear the mess I did on the CPU, so I turn off the filter, I set back the blend mode to be normal, and reset the target so it's not pointing to my light texture, right? Then I pass all the information to the shader so it can actually process it right here. And this is just the lights I just calculated. After that, I just draw everything on the screen, and then I reset the shader to avoid having stuff left over in memory. Right? That's quite extremely complicated. I'm pretty sure I probably am wrong about some of the stuff I'm doing here. Okay, about the shader. So what I do is I get the color, that is these ones right here, this stuff, right? And I get it right here. I get the contrast, saturation, and everything else as an array, and I just separate it on each different variable. Okay, and this is just the texture of the lights that I just created using the code I just showed. Down here, what I do is I calculate the gray of what's currently on the screen, basically I grab the colors of the screen, everything, I put it on an array, a vector tree, and then I calculate the gray. Basically I remove all the colors and turn it into basically a grayscale version of it. And I just calculate what's the gray, right? Then, according of how much gray there is, I use different blend modes to modify the color. This is incredibly confusing. I actually not quite 100% sure what I'm doing here. I'm basically blending the lights. No, here I'm blending the color I got from the calculation of the what was the name? The time of the day into this variable right here. Then I mix it with the original image, adding the gray and the saturation. Then I add the contrast. Then I add the lights. Basically what I do is check the strength I want for the lights to have. Then I mix, I choose whatever is greater, if the difference between the threshold and the gray or 0. That is, so the lights don't become shadows if ever there are negative values, right? Because this could probably create shadows by mistake. Then I add the brightness. I forgot to change this brightness. Then here, what I do is grab the lights, get the gray, the same thing I'm doing over here, right? And then I mix everything with what I calculate here of the time of day, so I can add the lights. What I do is normalize the colors. If you don't know what normalize is, basically I turn this matrix into 1 on a scale from 0 to 1, and to avoid causing issues with values that are pure 0, that is total darkness, I add a small amount, so it's not perfect dark, because I discovered somehow that messes up with the normalization when you have too many zeros. I multiplied that by 3 to increase its power, and I then mix everything out with what I had on the calculation before. The base color I had, I multiplied against this, so I can have basically this is the map illuminated by just the lights. So wherever there are no lights, this would be pitch dark, right? I mix this with the one I created before, that is the global illumination, and a bit of gray. And finally, I push everything out. Yeah. And that's what is shown on the screen right here. I think actually this is not correct. Just everything out with an alpha of 1. It's very confusing. I'm actually not quite sure of what I'm doing. but it kind of works. Yeah, you can see it right there. It looks quite nice, I would say. This light. Yeah, that multiplication there that I just removed was really messing up the final result. What do you think about my day-night cycle? I think it looks pretty nice. Now it doesn't look so dark. Yeah, it's very complicated because it's a lot of multiplications, matrix multiplications. And I'm doing that processing on the GPU. So it doesn't really affect the gameplay. Yeah, it needs a few adjustments on the colors of the time of day. But I think it looks kinda nice. Yeah. Yeah, the fact that the light is starting to be seen at 3, 4 is not quite correct. I might need to adjust the evenings to something more correct. It looks quite nice, I think. Maybe the light is a bit too strong. Maybe I should make it a little bit quicker. Yeah. Also, by the way, I can actually change the light color. I can change this, for example, to a blue.
Hello everybody.
Hello, welcome. Welcome. Yes, I modified the color of the light right now, and you can see now it has a blue hue. Oh, by the way, one issue I have with the code I made is that because of the way the colors work, if you use a pure color like blue, it might not actually be as bright because it doesn't contain as much white as a normal color. Yeah, so probably the issue here is that I thought I selected one with very low green and red, and that's why the color is not so bright. So I need to actually increase those by quite a bit to make the blue actually stand out. Like that. Yeah, it's an issue of mathematical values. You see? Now it's way brighter. Yeah. Yeah, so I can actually change the colors. Let's see, I can go more blue and go a bit brighter without modifying too much the color. Yeah, it's a bit of a balancing act. Is it I supposed to follow you around? Currently not. I just testing my illumination shader. Basically, I made a day-night cycle. Maybe it doesn't really show that well because everything else doesn't really have much green or blue. Yeah. I wanted this become eventually something like how to call it, night and day kind of cycle. And another thing that this shader cannot really do so far is interiors. When you go into a cave, for example, the nightlight cycle doesn't quite work. Yeah, I need to make a different shader for that. Yeah, and the code I'm using, I'm basically basing it off very old code I found on the internet that for some reason was explained in a very technical way, but somehow it was just the correct way where I could actually understand it for the most part. In the description, I added the YouTube channel where I found the example for the day-night cycle, and I also added the videos I use as a reference to create the shader in GameMaker. Yeah. It's pretty interesting, I would say. You don't, not really, but ambient light can actually affect the rooms that are closest to the outside, mainly because the amount of light that filters in from windows and doors, right? But the shader I wanna make is actually not to create a day-night cycle within a cave, is to create darkness, right? To make it deeper, yeah. That's the goal.
Holy Eli.
Hello. Hola. Bienvenida, bienvenida. Bienvenido. So I'm going to have to make a new basically a new layer in the maps to handle Day&Night Cycle. Right now it's a bit of it needs a lot of testing, because for example, if I change this, where is it? If I change the texture right now, it actually affects quite a lot the results. This is quite different, for example. And I can, for example, change this texture to something more like this, a bit more pixelated. Al final sí hubo un stream. Sí. This looks a bit more pixelated. It kinda matches more the theme of the game. I believe, at least. Yeah. ¿Qué les parece mi nuevo sistema de día y noche? What do you think about my newly implemented day-night cycle? I'm still trying to work out how to handle the lights, to tell you the truth. Because it's very ugly in when you put it like this on the map. Because I'm using a shader, it kinda affects things in general. Like that. I think it looks quite nice. Like this. You can even see the light overlapping. Yeah. Let me add well, actually, I can leave it like that. This right here, what I'm doing is just increasing time. When we reach 1, I set it back to 0. Then what I do is basically using these keys, determine what's the next previous and next times. Then I select the amount of force of the transition between the previous and the next time of day, and then I just use the lerp function to go from the previous time of day to the next according to the amount that we have progressed from one to the other, right? And I do the same for the saturation, contrast, and brightness. Yeah. That's basically it. It was quite a difficult task to actually pull that off. Let's see, I want to remove the Day&Night Cycle from the screen so it doesn't trigger all the time. I will eventually fully integrate that code to the game. Right now it's just as basically a test for the implementation. It's just a prototype. Yeah. Okay, so today what I want to do basically is implement a dialog system. You know, the classical box that appears in the bottom of the screen with whatever the character is saying. Sí, Spy Rabbit vino temprano el día de hoy. Yeah. Okay, so to do that, we are going to be doing things in a very particular way. Let's see. Let me close all this. Okay. So, what we're going to do is something quite interesting. Let's see, objects. What we want to do is basically part of the UI. So let me create an object here. Let's call this object underscore dialog parent. Right. We have it right here. So basically what we want to do is we're going to have basically the face of the character that is speaking, right? So that would be, how do we name this? Char is right. By default, let's have this set to undefined for now. Right? Then we have something that needs to be set, right? So that would be dialog text. Okay. What else? That's basically everything we need to do a very basic prototype of the dialog. So let us try to draw it. So first we are going to set the draw color. Draw. What was the function? Set color. Draw set color. And we will set it to black for now. And then we will draw a rectangle, right? So draw underscore rectangle. And that would be, from here we need x and y1, x and y2. And the first one is the coordinate for the top left, and the other is from the top bottom right. Okay. So top left, let's say that is, for now let's use the room 8 over 5 just to experiment for now, and we'll do the same but with group room 8. Wait, I mean, and I think I actually put this backwards. Okay, and next we have the bottom right. That would be just the room width and room height for the bottom right corner. And finally, it asks us if we want it as an outline all field, and we want it filled, so we'll tell them false. And then we will set back the color to white as the cleanup. That should draw a rectangle on the bottom of the screen. Let's check it out. And just to move over here, and I will put the dialog we're testing right there. So that should draw a dialog on the bottom of the screen. Basically just a black bar at the bottom. And that's not what we wanted. Okay, the issue is that... Okay. So basically, I'm giving it... If this is the top corner, I'm basically giving it 1 feet to the right, 1 feet down. And then everything from there to the corner is painted black. What we want is to keep a corner right here. Yeah, maybe we need a margin for our dialog. So let's set a margin. Let's call this the initialization init. And we need a margin. We want it on X and Y, so let's set those up. From the right, let's start with something small. How about 10? And for the bottom, 15. 10 and 15, right? So the position of the rectangle, it would be this. Actually, let me just set the variables. Top right. Top width and top height. That makes more sense. So the width, we don't want much, so that would be the width. Actually, it would be 0 plus our margin on X. The height, on the other hand, would be the height of the room. Clean like that. Now the bottom would be like this. The bottom right coordinates. That would be, let's see. Would be the room width, because we are basically calculating the corner over here. The room width minus our margin. Next. The height would be basically bottom minus the margin. This actually go wrong. That should be that. Room height, that's wrong actually. It should be over 5. So we basically grab it on this spot and it would be times 4. So it would be 4 thirds right there. And then what else? This would be that minus the margin we created on Y, right? And that in theory should give us a black bar on the bottom of the screen. Let's see. That's not at all what happened. Lovely. All right, it's because I actually never put the variables in here. Oops. So top, height, butt height. There we go. Yeah, chat is pretty quiet. There we go. We have our bar at the bottom. Maybe it's a bit too small given the size of the screen. Maybe I should reduce the margin right there. How about we set the margin to 5 on both sides, and instead of fifths, let's make it 4 fifths. Let's make it 3, right? Like that. Make it slightly transparent. Yeah, I'm just trying to get to the size correct. No hay problema. Bienvenido. No hay problema. Now that's nicer, but not quite. How about I divide by 10 and we make it yeah, I suppose that. And let's start by adding some alpha and some transparency. So set alpha, grab set alpha. How about 0.5 for now? And we must make sure to set it back to 1 after the fact. 0.5, and then we set it back to 1. Yeah, it happens, especially when you are kinda giving a class. That's a bit too big. It should be, instead of 3, it should be a 7 actually, like that. And while we're at that, let me draw something else right here. So this is basically the background, right? This is background. We want the background to be black for now. And then let's set the outline. Now we'll set the outline to white. And I want it on an alpha of 1. And since it's an outline, let me set this to true. Okay, let's check it out. Now that looks way better. What do you think? It actually looks pretty clean. Nice. Okay, now that we have that, let's add the file would be nice. Actually, let me move this. This belongs to the background, so I will just move it over there. Like that, so the alpha is with the corresponding thing. Let's see. This is the rectangle. Now I want to draw the character face. And for that, I suppose I can use just a random character for now. So let me set this to sprite. Let's go the tile. Just for now. And we're going to draw a sprite. That would be the sprite of character sprite with the sub image index of 0 because basically it doesn't have sub images. And what was the last one? Oh yeah, the position. Okay, so the position is going to be basically we have the top, this value right here. So to calculate the one for the sprite, we're going to grab these values. So we'll call this char top W and H. And we will have the same for the bottom. Right. So the top is going to grab this as a reference, and we will add the margin. Yeah. The margin on X and the margin on Y for the top, this one. And for this one, we will grab the bottom. Wait. No, I don't actually need that. I can just use these ones because I only need two values, X and Y. So like this. Let's see. Not quite. It drew it all the way over there. It should be centered right here. Also, the sprite is a bit too tiny, I would say. So this position is not really going to work. So let's see. We want it to be basically from right to left. We will say the room height over. Let's start with 5. Right? And the height, it would be based on the room also. And let's say we grab this, but instead of 7, let's move it 1 back, so it will be 6. It crashed because I see. Oops. Oops. 6. Okay, now it's way too up above. Also, the position is not quite where I wanted. Hello, Basil. Welcome.
Good morning, beautiful, gorgeous.
Hello, good morning. It's good morning for you. Apparently. Let's see. So I need to move this in the width. Maybe I should make it half the distance right there. This, instead of going to 6, it should probably go to 8. Yeah. You should have said evening. It's fine. It's not like I know where everyone is. That's way better position. The sprite is a little bit too small, I would say. Do I have any one that is bigger? That's way too big. The player is 32 by 32. Object 3 is 32 by 32. This one is 64 by 64. Maybe I will use this one, actually. Let's use the explosions size as reference. So instead of using the depth sprite, let's use the explosion sprite. What else? Let's see how it looks first. Well, That is not what I expected. Let me check the sprites. Bombs, explosion. Yeah, maybe I should use this one. That would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As reference. So instead of sprite at 0, give me sprite at 5. Let's see. That would be a better reference. Now that's a nicer size. It's still a bit, maybe a bit too small. I need to maybe go up a little bit more, so I will set this to 9 right here. That doesn't quite work. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe instead of doing this, I can just grab this, use this as a reference, even though it didn't work before. I can do that and just add a set value to both sides. So for example, I can add 64. Let's call that offset. Like that. So I'm basically anchoring myself to the edge of the dialog box to position the image, right? Yeah, that looks way better. Maybe I should, since this is basically doing that as reference, I need to cut that by half would be correct. It would be just a little bit over half. So maybe a half and a half. So that would be 32 plus 16, 48. Now that's way better centered. Yeah, that looks actually kinda okay. But I'm not sure. What do you think about the size of the sprite? Does it look okay? Does it look wrong? Maybe I should actually make an actual sprite to use as a reference. Hold up. Instead of doing nonsense with the sprites I already have. Let's call this sprite I just got char face. And what I'm going to do is basically just set this as black. Right? And I will use that over here. Sprite char face as a reference. Let's see, and char face right now is 32 by 32. I want to change that to 64 and apply. Right. Let's see how that looks. Well, that doesn't look correct. Mainly because I have not centered the image. Middle center. So we can actually see what's happening. There we go. That doesn't look too bad, but it doesn't look quite correct either. Okay. So how about I modify a little bit my code? Instead of calculating the top left corner using the room as a reference, how about I use the bottom right as a reference? So right now this is anchored on the bottom right, right? But I'm dividing by 10 to calculate the correct position. So how about if I reference the bottom right, but instead what I'm going to do is remove the size of the sprite. That would be 64. And also I need to remove the offset, half of the offset, right? That would be 16. And then I must remove the margin on Y twice. So what I'm doing, basically I'm starting on the corner, then I remove the size of the sprite of the face, half of it, and then the margins twice to the side where the dialog box starts on height. Wow, that actually looks way better than I expected. Now it's just the position is not quite correct. The offset maybe is a bit too much, so let me set it to 32. Let's see. Ah, that's not good. Damn it. So what happened there is that the offset is using top height as a reference. So we're starting from that position. Actually, I don't need this. Just once is enough. With one margin. Then we have the size and we have this. 64. That's that. And then I can add 16 there. I think that's actually correct. Let me check. I will actually collapse those operations in a moment and just need it as a reference. Not quite. Maybe I should cut this in half. The offset. That did not work. Okay, let me rethink this. So we have the room height, right? We are basically on the corner. So what we do is remove the size of the face. Okay, so the face now fits. Then we need the spaces at each side. So that would be removing both sides of the... So that would be minus 32. And then we need a margin also to compensate at the bottom. Right? There we go. Perfect. Maybe this space is a little bit too big. Okay, but that means I can just base it off the offset. Let's see. I can move the offset over here to the top. This is 48. Right? So $16, and then we have this. So if I cut this in half to 8, it would become 16. Right? Let me put this back down over here. There we go. That looks much better. Right? 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 Okay. Now we need to check the text. So I need some really long text right here. Can I put spaces? Jump to find them? No. Okay, so we have something a bit too long. Okay, so now we draw the text. This is character face. Now we need the dialog. So it would be, we want the text in white. the alpha is going to be 1. And then we draw the text. And we're going to use, I believe this one was the correct one. Let me check the manual. Hold up. This function draws a single way of draw text. And it was best placed at the start of the string or the end of the line will not count as margin weight. This function is an indentation for line. A value of -1 for the separation algorithm will default to separation based on the height m of characters chosen fonts. The above code will draw text the user types into the keyboard. Okay. Okay, I got it. So basically, the function works like this. So we have where we want it to start, that is x and y, right? Then we have the string we want to write. When we reach the end of the line, it will jump to the next line, and this is the amount of pixels that it will leave in separation. And 300 is the total space dedicated to the text. So if we start here, it will do 300 pixels to the right, and then when we reach that point, it will jump line and start back over, basically. So it would be dialog text right there. And the position we want to start at would be basically, let's set the characters here. It will start on basically the position XW, text height would be at this, the position of the character, plus 32, that is the size of the character sprite, right? Since this is basically the center. Okay, see you later, Ricardo. Sleep well. And then what I need to do here is add a small margin. Maybe I will use exactly that margin. Margin Y and margin X to give it some space, right? And that would be our X and Y. Then we have the dialog, the separation, and then we need the size of the screen. That would be, I believe, the difference between our bottom and top width. So it would be bottom and top width, right? For the size of the let me put it over here actually. Space. It would be equals to top minus bottom, and we will remove the size of the sprites. Actually, I can set this to 8. That way I can just say to use the margin here. And we have this. That is the difference between both top and bottom. And then we remove the 64. And then we remove our margin times 2 for the left and right. And that should be the start of the text, right? I believe. I forgot the H was incorrect. That's H is using char top plus 32. Top H for 32. It should. It's actually not correct. The H should be at this. So it would be this without the 32. But we do need a margin, so I will set it like that. And not quite. Maybe it would be this, but instead of plus, it would be a minus 32. Like this. That would make more sense. Now that looks way better. Yeah, that actually looks good. Now the only issue is that the text is basically overflowing. Yeah. This actually maybe doesn't need the margin. It's a little bit too low. So let's remove the margin there. Let's see. I don't think I need this one either. Given what I saw. Now we have the top, the bottom, space. So top width is basically 0 plus the margin. Then to that we remove the... Oh wait, that's wrong. This to the bottom, we should remove the top. because this is the bigger value. So we remove that, we remove the size of that, and then we remove the margin twice. In theory, that should be correct. Whoa. That looks creepy. This needs a bit of a margin on the left, and we need to add separation. I believe I read on the... Wait, let me check the manual real quick. Value of -1 for separation will default to separation based on the height of the M character. Okay, so if I set this to -1, it should auto set the separation. And we need to add a bit of a tiny bit of margin. So rather than removing two margins, no, this is correct. I just need to move this a little bit more. So I will add this right there. Okay, let's see. Now that looks way better. It's just overflowing, but it looks way better. Okay, so let me try to determine the size of the string I can use. So we have 1 and A, B, C, D. Okay. Let's see how many letters I can fit. Just to make sure. That's 2. And let me add one more. Okay. Oh, nice. Actually, let me add some spaces here, because it seems it can only break the words when there are spaces among the letters. So I'm just going to add a bunch of spaces here and there. Let's see. That looks nice. And actually, maybe I can add maybe this much extra text from 1 to P. So if I add 1 to P, I should have filled completely the dialog box. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, okay. Okay, now I just want to check this one. I will add a little validation. If is undefined char, then if it's not undefined, we do this just to make sure that the draw actually works correctly, because I want to keep this as undefined. Okay. I'm going to comment that one, and I'm going to leave this empty. I will use this as a reference. Okay, now that we have that, I need to check for key presses. So let's see, set if key press, what was it? Check key keyboard key press. I believe there was an any key. Yeah, any key. Then we move to the next dialog, right? So dialog. Dialog text equals the next dialog only if dialog array length of dialog is less than the other way around. If I is under array dialog, then we do this. If not, what we do is else we just self-destruct the object. So instance destroy dialog is a new variable I'm going to have to use right here, and it's going to be an array of the things we want the character to say, right? And the default one will be there is no dialog. Also, I need to set an or variable I equals to 0 by default. And I'm going to change this one right here. That way, in theory, that should show me this dialog at the start, right? Let's see. There we go. There is no dialog. It seems the key enter is not working. Let's see. Keyboard, key press, any key. If oh, I see. That's the issue. I had that start. Yeah. Oops. This doesn't seem to be working. Let me check what code I'm using. Check. Key press. Oh, I need to save the result, it seems. So let's see. I will just go, okay, check press. It would be any key. And I will set this on a variable that I'm going to call any press, right? And then I just check if any press, we do this, right? There we go. That's working. Nice. I also want to pause the game when we start a dialog. So I'm going to add a little code right here. Global dot pause equals to true. And on destroy, we'll just unpause before we destroy the object. Let me add a few more lines just to make sure that it's working correctly. That's 0. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you are good. Nice. Okay, now our dialog events are basically done. Lovely. Ah. There is one thing last thing I want to add. Is basically a new variable. Hold on, let me think about it. I will call this nextchar dialog. I will set this as an expression as undefined. And what I'm going to do is when we destroy the object, we're going to check if next char dialog is not undefined, is undefined. If not undefined, then we just spawn that. So instant create add x and y next sharks dialog we need that depth, and let's just set that to 0. Instance create depth. Instance I just need instance create. Add layer. We need x, y, the ID of layer. Let's put it on the player layer. And what else? The object we want and the values we want for the instance. Let's leave it like that. If we don't have more dialog, that's when we self-destruct. Actually, we unpause only. And we self-destruct. Right? That way I can chain dialogues together, if that makes any sense. I can add stuff right here, right? Maybe. So let's give it a try. I'm going to basically here on the cutscene I have story 0, right? Right here. It's basically what it does. It just shows us the start of everything. On the destroy, we just save the plate and we save, right? Maybe I should modify this a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to add. Well, I have a lot of stuff here. I'm going to actually no, not here, but on the parent. Okay, I'm going to add an extra one. And here, let's call this next Let's just call it next lore. Expression on the fight. Okay. Let's just use that. I think that's better than the one I set over here. So instead of character dialog, let's just call it next lore. Yeah, I believe that's better. So I'm going to use basically this on the destroy object over here. Destroy. Actually, I can just set this on the lore layer. Since we are doing that already. Here I should probably also pause. Global.pause equals to true. Okay. Let's see. That probably means I should... Well, I don't think it's really that necessary, but... I was thinking maybe making a lore parent objects, but maybe it's not really necessary. I can actually set this like that over here. I just need to set the destroy and do it like this. So instead of doing this here, I just destroy. That way we execute here. It's more clean, I suppose. Right? Okay, if everything I did actually works as I expect it to work, let me move this over here. I can literally now just create an object. Objects. Object underscore dialog new 01 00. And what I'm going to do is very simple. I just set the parent to the dialog parent. That gives us this, and I can inherit here. And I just grab this right here. And I also need to set the character sprite to the one for Mew. That currently I don't have it. And I could just say hello old welcome to a new game. right? Here I have the definition on null. So I can grab the story 0, this right here, go to the next lore, edit that, and set it to object underscore dialog mu00. So when the cutscene finishes, the one for the new game right here, it should automatically begin the one for the dialogue. There it is. Hello world. Welcome to a new game. Whoa. And we can move. Nice. Okay, now I want to make a few sprites for the characters. Oh. So let's rename this. I keep hitting the wrong key. Let's call this new_face. Neutral for now. Since I don't really have a idea of what I'm doing currently. So we're going to have a very simple face. Like that, right? And then I can set this just as a reference. That looks extremely weird. Yeah, that looks very weird. This a start. I believe I can just set it over here. Uh, Sprites, new face, neutral. And I also can delete this one, I don't need it anymore. That looks really weird. But it works. Let's see. Sprites. What did I do with the face? It's right there. Let's create a folder for this. I think I need to improve this quite a lot. I'm not quite satisfied. You're doing great. Nice. I hope you're actually succeeding, because most raids, especially if you haven't done it before, you tend to fail a lot. Yeah. Wow. You are permadead. Well, that's one way of playing a raid. Let's see. Let's start with the background. So this is going to be background. The background, I suppose I will just set it to black, like that. Maybe I will add a little outline. Just to make it look a little bit better. Okay. Let's call this body. And I'm going to just nuke this real quick. There we go. You did a lot of damage before you died. Nice. Nice. That's closer to my color. Right there, okay. Let's see. I'm not very good at drawing faces, so this might become a thing of nightmares. Maybe I should add a layer for the neck specifically. Actually, I think I need create a outline layer. And this one is going to be a top. Right? Background needs to be pure black. Just to make things easier for me. That looks okay-ish. Not perfect, but it's kinda okay. Let me go one shade up, maybe, to make a bit of shadow here. Ah, not there, actually. Maybe 2 shades. I can just do it right there. Like that. Ah. Okay. And I need hair layer. Let's see. I want to use this one. Let's call this her back, actually. And I'm going to move it behind the head. I can just there like that. That way I can just add a little bit of stuff like this. Like that. That looks fairly good. Right, and then I need a hair front. I think that's kind of correct. I'm not sure. And then I can go a bit more precise right here. And actually looking at my own model, trying to make this actually look correct. Like that on that side. And over here we have that, and then we have a cross downwards right there. That goes like this. And a little deviation right there. Like that. Right? And I can modify this a little bit. Add a little bit more highlights. I never drawn hair before, so I'm kinda just winging it. Just trying to do everything kinda as I kinda think it should be. This is going to be quite a challenge actually. Okay. This is kinda looking better, but not quite the way I want it. That's not quite correct. Huh. Well, it kinda looks like what I wanted and kinda doesn't. Wow. That is correct, and this should be going like this. Ah. That looks kinda okay-ish. A bit too... not quite correct. uh, Hola, bienvenido. Bienvenido, bienvenido. That looks better, kinda. I need a new layer right here. Let's grab these eyebrows. Okay. That would be around here. Let's see. Maybe this color right here. Actually, let me draw another layer right here. I'm going to use one of these colors right here. Maybe I should use black so I can define this better. Maybe the eye is a bit too small. That's kinda close. The color of the skin is actually a bit too dark. Huh. That looks so weird. I'm not sure if that looks quite correct. Also, I want to lower the shade by quite a bit. This is a bit closer, but it's still a bit too yellow. Ah. That's closer. Maybe that's a bit too dark. That looks extremely weird. Maybe I should instead source it from here. Would that give it a more natural look? That does look slightly better. That's very visible, barely visible. That looks extremely weird. Should be a bit more. Actually, let me grab from here. Not good enough. Need it more dark. Yeah, that looks very weird still. Somehow. How do I make this look good? Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. It doesn't quite look right to me. It's a pretty good attempt, but it's not quite right for some reason. It looks kinda nice, kinda not. It's just a tiny bit weird, I would say. Maybe if I add an outline, would that maybe make things more tolerable? I don't know if that help or made things worse. Hmm. It looks a bit noisy from my point of view. Yeah. Well, it's not bad, but it's not that good either. Hmm. Also, I probably should have some manner of clothes. Okay. I don't know if this even looks good, to tell you the truth. I'm just kinda winging it. It kinda looks good, it kinda doesn't. I'm not quite satisfied with this. Yeah, it actually looks like you're the only one in chat. It does look that way indeed. Veamos. It kinda looks correct. Kinda. Let me just skip two. Maybe an extra one. And I'm just going to unbind this. Okay. That kinda looks okay. A little bit okay, a little bit not quite. Okay, that kinda looks okay. Not perfect, but looks kinda okay. Siento que no quedó perfecto, pero... Sí, es algo. Indeed. Yo digo que se ve bastante bien. Para mis habilidades artísticas, yo digo que está muy bien. Se ve muy mal, la verdad. Necesito trabajar mucho en ella. Yeah. One thing, algo que podría hacer, que va a ser todo este esfuerzo que hice en vano, podría simplemente aplicar un efecto pixelado a mi modelo y tomarle una captura de pantalla. Veamos. Pixel. Puedo hacerlo a 64. Demasiado bajo. Something like... algo como por aquí. 128. That's a bit too low. 256. That's maybe a bit too high. But that looks fairly good, I would say. Let's use this. Ok, usemos esto. Actually, let me open my mouth. Aquí. Y lo que voy a hacer ahora es remover el filtro. Ok. Y puedo intentar jalar la imagen acá. Ah, la resolución es muy alta. I can downsize it 80%. That's too much. Let's make it 75. That's better. Right there. Let me set it on a different layer right here. There we go. That looks actually pretty good. Yeah. Nice. Creo que básicamente hice trampa, pero funciona. Yeah. Podría tal vez mejorarlo un poco. Agregando cosas aquí. Sí, puedo poco a poco mejorar un poquito la resolución, ajustando algunos de los colores. To make them stand out, para hacer que resalten más. hacer la imagen un poquito menos ruidosa. Sí. Eso lo mejoró un poquito. Yeah. Ya quedó bastante bien. Does it look better without the outline? Se ve mejor sin el marco. Tal vez podría hacerlo un poquito más pequeño. Okay. Wow. So you have been doing race for 2 months and you have gotten pretty much nothing? Nothing? Wow. They don't have what is it called? Yeah, that looks a little better. Hmm. There is a criticism. Ah. You don't consider those actually drops? Well, that's a big issue, I would say. That looks actually pretty good. Takes a few months to get something that works. Yeah, that's why I don't play MMOs. I don't have the... Well, I do have the patience. I just don't have the desire to put myself through something like that. I don't enjoy that kind of grinding. Yeah. Don't wait time sync plus better things to do. Yeah. Hmm. Ah, I'm stuck. I need to fix that. That's pointing to the ground cave, basically. Ah. So if you exit... I see. That's an issue that I need to fix. Yeah. Let me see. That's probably an issue with the player. Player. It's because the keys don't really update. Okay, pause. This is just getting all the stuff. Maybe this should not be being checked right there. How about that? Yeah. It should be the other way around. I don't actually need that. That should technically work like that, I believe. Acabo de ver una araña con gravedad invertida saltando en el techo. Más bien está haciendo bungee jump. Okay, I need to check that later. Right now, I'm not going to be able to solve it. Oh. I need to go over again through the player script to optimize this because there is a lot of stuff I need to clean. Yeah. Okay. Then I think I'm going to stop here for today. It's already pretty late. Creo que voy a parar el día de hoy aquí porque ya es bastante tarde. El día de hoy logramos terminar el sistema de diálogo. Logré hacer un sprite que abandoné totalmente por tomar una captura de pantalla.
Maybe add an option for that. Hello everybody. Oh,
Hello.
holy EEI.
Yay. Okay.
Goof morning beautiful gorgeous.
Wow. Okay. So, I think I'm going to stop here for today. Thank you so much for watching. Voy a parar aquí. Gracias por venir al directo. Voy a ir a cenar. So, I'm going to stop and grab some thin tweets. I will see you guys on tomorrow for more Elden Ring. And what else? As always, my schedule is on Twitter and on my Discord. The link to my Discord is in the description. What else? The link to my prototype for the game is available on Patreon for free. The source code is behind $1 paywall on Patreon also. What else? The tutorial I followed for making the Day&Night Cycle script and shader is in the description of this stream if you are interested. It's very technical, it's a bit hard to understand if you don't have some background with shaders, but I might as well include it in case you are interested. And yeah, that's it. Okay. Voy a parar aquí. Buenas noches, que descansen. Good night, as well. See you tomorrow. Good night, adiós, hasta mañana. Bye bye, good night, adiós, good night, take care. Bye bye. Good night. Bye.
Because of the events. I kinda get it somehow. Yes, it does. Complicated. It probably needs a few adjustments, but it's cool. Hello everybody. Sup? Is the light supposed to follow you as you move around? Oh. Wait, do you even need a day and night cycle inside a cave? Holy EEI. DDDDD. Impossible la aña este temprano. Chat is pretty quiet today. Typical error. I'd say it looks nice. Jola. Ola. Though I'd make it slightly transparent. Ola. Sorry Kami fui por un momento XD. See, all it takes is to say they're being quiet and then they will talk again. And then that one guy turns to you and screams. You need to be more quiet. Yeah. Like hey, time alert. Parry. Noise. Very good. You said you wouldn't. Oh.